Hey there, GCF. Wave Kira. Kira waves at everybody. Say hi, Kira.
Hi, everybody.
So it's been just a little bit since I have done a video update on anything, so I wanted to take just a couple of minutes to give you some updates on a couple of things this afternoon. The first thing I want to just update you on is that by my count in following and hearing from people this week, we now have about 5 folks at GCF who have been tested for COVID-19, and one of those came back negative. The others are still waiting for test results. And I think it's important for us to remember that, because we're probably not going to make it through these next several weeks without our faith family in some way being impacted by the virus itself. So it's highly likely that someone's going to become ill with it, although we're praying against that and asking for that not to happen. And so it's just important for us to remember that we're all going to be touched by this, and we're all going to be impacted by this in some form or fashion. It's also worth remembering that even though the stimulus package was passed this week, the direct checks to Americans won't come out for about another 3 weeks. Those who have filed for unemployment, you know that unemployment usually only pays about 45 to 50% of what an employee is actually paid. So we know that over these next 2 to 3 weeks, we're also going to be having people who are financially impacted by this and people who are going to need help with this. And so I just mention all of that because I want us to be aware of how real this is. And how difficult this could yet get over the next 2 to 3 weeks, but to also offer you the assurance that as a church, those of us who are your pastors and are on staff and our elders, we are going to stay after all of this to make sure that we are functioning the way the body of Christ is supposed to function, that we're taking care of one another, that we're taking care of others out in the community who need to be taken care of. So I want you to remember, as if you may be thinking about it already, but I want you to remember as we go into these weeks, and as some of these weeks may get potentially more difficult, at GCF we are in this together, and we're going to do our best to take care of one another and to keep loving the community around us and honoring Jesus that way. Now, just want us to be aware of that. A couple things. There's going to be packet pickup for kids tomorrow morning in front of the 300 building from 10 to 11:30. I believe I got the time right, from 10 to 11:30, just like there was last week. You should watch for a correction beneath this video if that time is wrong. So don't forget about that. The worship team and I will be gathering tomorrow, not larger than a group of 10, and we will appropriately social distance to film worship that will be shown on Sunday. Going to be talking again in 1 Peter. From 1 Peter about how to do faith between a rock and a hard place, and looking at some stuff that's coming out of there. And so we're moving right ahead. We're taking care of things as best we can. We've done a Zoom prayer meeting. Our community groups are meeting via Zoom. We're going to try to be offering some more Zoom type events to help people as we move through these days, offering hopefully some prayer times apart from just Sunday morning for those who need to seek prayer for different things. But all of that to say, in the midst of how all of our circumstances have changed, we're still being church. We're still going to be church. We're still going to do what the church does, and we're going to adapt the way we have to adapt. So just want to make sure, pray for those folks who have been tested. Pray for some folks that we know of in our faith family who have family members that have had to be tested who may have it. And let's be praying for them, and let's keep joining together to ask the Lord to bring an end to this, but also to keep us faithful for as long as it goes on. So you guys have a wonderful rest of the day on Friday, as good a day as you can possibly have, and I will see you guys on Sunday.